and now she's retiring. She's definitely following in the female Budden footsteps.
She is, bro. She knows shit, bro. Like, that's a good point. She's trying to be like, because she has her, whatever, Queen Radio shit. She's trying to be like the female, like, Joe Budden. You know what's crazy? All these, I feel like the whole, like, industry is trying to, like, see what Joe Budden and them motherfuckers are doing, bro.
Oh, for sure, yeah. He's definitely at the forefront right now, and it became accidental.
That's
Podcasts
nuts, bro.
are crazy blown up, and that's why everyone's doing them.
That's fucking nuts, bro. Because, like, I remember seeing that dude on, like, fucking, like, I remember seeing him on, like, Breakfast Club, like, interviews. And I remember he did an interview with this dude named Taxstone, and the dude, Joe Budden, wound up, like, getting Taxstone hella mad. And then he just, like, kind of walked out. It's hilarious, bro. But, because Taxstone was asking him, like, some stupid-ass questions, and Joe Budden was just kind of, like, you know, he got into his, like, quiet, kind of, like, yeah, you know, like, just kind of, like, schooling him up, you know, like, basically, like, really schooling him up. And then Taxstone started getting hella mad and shit. He's like, what the fuck? And then Joe Budden just stopped talking, you know, because he's like, man, fuck this guy, you know, and because he was asking him, like, stupid-ass questions, like, real personal, fucked-up questions, you know, and, like, just trying to make a joke out of him. You know, so then Joe Budden, he just stopped talking, bro. He's like, all right, whatever, you know. And then Taxstone started getting hella mad, like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Blah, 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 blah. Just getting all loud and shit. And Joe Budden just, like, slowly just got up and just walked out, bro. And I was just like, hey, I was like, that was really well handled of him, you know. I was like, oh, that was cool. That was, like, a few years ago. But, yeah, like, I'm proud of that dude, bro. Like, that guy was getting shitted on for years, bro. And he, like, you know what I mean? Dude fucking, now that motherfucker's at the forefront of all this shit.
You think he's making a lot of money?
I'm sure they are, because they have a deal with, like, Spotify, and Spotify's got bread, and they're bringing a... Dude, they went on a tour, bro. Them dudes went on a tour, a podcast fucking tour, and, you know what I mean? Sold out shows all over the United States, bro. I was like, what the... for a podcast, dude. That's crazy. I never heard nobody doing a podcast tour. Like, that's the first I heard of it. And them dudes, I'm sure they made a lot of money, bro, because they were filling out, like, 2,500 like people venues, you know.
Yeah.
And they did a festival too. I think they did a podcast at a festival.
He was on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, that's right. Dude was on Love and Hip Hop. That's fucking right. Yeah, dude was on Love and Hip Hop. Pump it up. Yeah, that's because I remember Joe Budden from like Madden 04. You know what I mean? Like. We need to have an interview with that dude, bro, because here's the thing, like, we need to have an interview with him, Lil B, and Soulja Boy. And here's why.
What?
That's
the craziest blend of three personalities.
Nah, check it out, bro. This is why we need to have an interview with those three. One of those three. Because they're like the first internet pioneers, bro. Like, the first pioneer, like, rappers on the internet were those three. Like, dude, like... Lil B and Soulja Boy both basically came up off of the internet, and that's how they got a lot of their big following. Joe Budden came off of a fucking hit, and then kind of got blackballed out the industry, and then he started dropping his shit on the internet, and he got his fan base from the internet, like all the way back in like 04, 05, like back in the day, dude. Like, so we need to have an interview with one of those guys to just talk about like the change from like traditional, like the traditional way you hear and meet artists to how it switched to the internet age of how you interact with artists. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see my point? You feel me, bro?
Yeah.
Just breaking it down, man. You know Obama's got a podcast too.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
I don't want to listen to Obama's podcast. I'm cool. Just saying. Bro.
It's crazy when you think about the net worth difference between the richest rappers and the richest like singer-songwriters.
No, it's not even close.
It's not. It's so not close.
Yeah, it's not even close. But I mean, it depends what you love though, because I don't want to base it all just on money. You know, we can't base like at the end of the day, it's like what do you, if you're making 10 million a year rapping, you know, you're and a singer songwriter is making 100 million a year. You know, I mean, shit, dude.
Fucking rap certainly makes it seem like a lot of it's about money. I mean, the shit people are rapping about really makes it seem like it's a lot about money.
The rappers you listen to, like Lil Skies and what's that guy's name is? You said
I never listened to a Lil Skies album in my life.
Or what was that guy's name? The guy you just said right
now.
Young
Thug?
Yeah, him too, bro.
Yeah, him too. Fuck that guy. No.
Yeah, throw him in there too.
Dress wearing weirdos. No. Yeah.
But I see what you're saying. But you know what I mean? Like, it depends what you're trying to do. Like, if you're making 20 million, 10 million rap, someone's making 100 million somewhere else. It just depends what you want to do. But
yeah, they shouldn't be rapping about money if they ain't worth as much as Herb Alpert.
True. But I don't really listen to rappers like that. Except like Rick Ross, but I don't really listen to rappers like that.
Well, if you think about the richest rapper, who's that? Jay-Z?
Probably Jay-Z.
He's worth more than the richest singer.
Yeah, but not from music alone. That's where he got his main like push from. That's where that was his main engine, was the music. So either way, you know what I mean? That was his main engine, but he got it off of business deals and shit like that. That's how Jay-Z got his money. Got to $1 billion, you know, like you're not gonna get to $1 billion fucking selling records, you know. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Drake is a really rich rapper, bro. He's worth a shitload, and he's pretty much worth it off of music. Damn, they're almost all off his music alone.
It's just funny the big, you know, the big difference. Like in rap, like there's only a couple that are worth more than 100 million.
Those are the couple who get the biggest push too from the industry.
Yeah.
Drake gets a gigantic push from the industry.
It starts with about
as well as J. Cole and Kendrick.
It's funny because I'm like looking at net worths right now, and the Beastie Boys are right under 100 million. And then after the Beastie Boys, it goes to LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg. So it's like OGs, and then Drake and Pharrell Williams, Lil Wayne, more of the like newer age rappers. But then it's funny because once you get to the higher, like, you know, worth a lot of money, you got Ice Cube, and then the owner of Cash Money,
Ronald Williams, aka Birdman, and fucking Slim, the other whatever Williams, I forgot his name.
No, Ronald Slim Williams is the same guy.
No, there's Slim, and then I think Birdman is Ronald, and the other dude is, I forgot Slim's real name.
Ronald Slim Williams is Birdman's brother.
Okay, then what the fuck is Birdman's real name then?
Bird?
His real name is Bird, Mr. Man.
Mr. Man. No, but it's just funny seeing the jump. Like, you got people like, you know, them, Usher, and Eminem around 200 million, Master P, Kanye, you know, and then you got people like Dr. Dre and fucking P. Diddy and fucking Jay-Z who are worth like almost $1 billion, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, how the fuck did they make that crazy jump?
That's a big jump, bro. Because it's easy though. They went outside of music and they started doing different business deals. Dr. Dre,
clothing lines, record companies, nightclubs.
Beats by Dre. Think about that. How much money that brought in. Then Dr. Dre's like record label, like Aftermath and shit like that. He had a record label signing artists. He's the one who was like, I think he's the one who discovered Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? Because Dr. Dre's got a good ear. P. Diddy through like liquor, through TV shows, shit like that. That's how he made it. Jay-Z through business and other things. That was their main engine, was music, but they transitioned from music into business. Basically using their leverage from music to leverage, you know, business dealings, and that's how they got to their level. And they're just businessmen on top of that. They're not just pure like rappers. You know, P. Diddy isn't even a rapper or anything. He's a businessman. Jay-Z, he's not just a rapper. He's a businessman. Same thing with Dr. Dre. Whereas someone like Kendrick Lamar, he's a artist. You know, he's a rapper. Just like J. Cole, he's more of a rapper and an artist than a businessman. That's why they got to that level. Look at someone like, what is Rich the Kid's net worth? Just curious.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm just curious because he's a businessman.
What did you say? Say it one more time.
Rich the Kid.
How much is he worth?
Yeah.
Probably not too much. A couple million. 2 million.
2 million. Never mind. He ain't rich.
Yeah.
He's just like middle class as a kid.
He's just faking it.
He's upper middle class the kid.
For real. Because, 2 million ain't much. You can't even buy a house in the Bay Area. Like,
you couldn't even cop a 2-bedroom house in the Bay Area with that shit, bro.
For real, bro.
I'm dead ass.
It's funny, man. It's funny how they fucking front. Like, they got all this money, dude.
Dead
but
ass.
it's like, bro, my neighbors make more money than you. Like, weird.
Bro, like, seriously, like, he's renting a fucking... But he has a fun fucking way of making his money, though. I mean...
Well, also, a fun way of making his money, so you got to think of, who lives the more fun life. And then second is, like, there's a big money gap, like, between the money people are making out here and the money people are making in other places. It's crazy. Even California, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. But like I said...
Look at minimum wage all over the U.S.
Oh, minimum wage over the U.S. is bullshit. Everywhere. I mean, that doesn't matter. That's why, like, it's hard being a worker, bro.
Yep.
And shit just keeps inflating, Shit just keeps inflating. And the jobs are getting thinner and thinner, Like, you're either going to work in tech, you're either going to work in medical, or you're going to work in construction. Those are, like, the three... Yep. That's, like, the trifecta of jobs where you're going to make a living in 2019. Those 3 jobs. I don't know any other 3 you're going to get that much of a living. And, like, being, like, a certified mechanic, a skilled trade, something like that. But that's about it.
Dude,
there's not too many options.
You go move, more than half of these places in the U.S. and you're gonna make $7.25 an hour.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I always advise people not to move out of California. They talk about that shit, bro. But you go move to like fucking Gooseneck, Tennessee, somewhere, bro. You're gonna be getting paid like $7 an hour, and a place is gonna be $500 a month, but you're making $6 an hour. So you're just poor over there. It's all relative. Even though gas is cheaper. I think
if you got $500,000 and you say, all right, I'm done with this game, because it's just a game we all agree to play, right?
Yep.
And if you say, I got $500,000, I'm done with this game, and you want to go move to Gooseneck, Tennessee, you'll be fine, and your family will be fine. You'll live like hog heaven, But if you're, like, getting by, then, yeah, you're right. You can't leave yet. You didn't win.
Yeah, don't buy a house in the Bay Area right now. I'll be fucking retarded. Don't buy no house in the Bay Area. That shit's not gonna go up any higher. Like, that's just not gonna go up to like $20 million for a fucking 2-bedroom house. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
that shit's not gonna happen. Eventually, people are gonna be like, fuck this. Like, we're not buying no more shit here. We're just gonna sell what we got and move. It's not worth it. And then people aren't gonna be like, how many people are gonna keep going for rent that's like $8,000, gonna go up to like $8,000 a month for some shit, and you go over there, like San Jose. You've been to San Jose? San Jose is a dump, bro. Mm-hmm. To charge as much as they do for people who live there, it's not like, what I mean? It's insane, bro. You go to somewhere like that, the streets are fucked up, dude. Like a lot of the freeways are fucked up and haven't been paved in like 30 years. And they're gonna keep
the
charging
San
people.
Francisco problem now too, where people are fucking shitting in the streets.
Yeah,
you make $250K at the top of the tech industry. Sure, you make $250K a fucking year. Sure, but you know what? They're paying people $100,000 to pick up shit off the streets. So think about that.
They're paying people that much. Who's getting $100,000 to pick up shit on the street?
Well, you make about $30-$40 an hour to be work for waste management for sure.
Yeah, but waste management doesn't deal with that. They'll go to the damn prisons, bro, and go get like some like inmates to go clean that shit up, or call Caltrans, and they'll go. Like,
I don't know. I never seen inmates cleaning up downtown San Jose.
I'm talking about I'm talking about the side of the freeways when they have those like homeless encampments and they tear down all the brush and you just see piles of garbage.
Yeah, and they definitely bring in the.
Yeah, they're bringing the inmates
jailbirds to clean that shit up. I've seen that for sure. Yeah, but absolutely. No, I'm talking like downtown. You really got like homeless like everywhere now. It's crazy. Not just hiding out off the freeway, like everywhere.
And those are the people who used to live in San Jose who couldn't afford it no more. Or they still live in San Jose, obviously. Fucking homeless. Still live there, you know what I mean? They fucking jacked up all the rent and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think